But Aaron, how about you? Like, what do you think?
Well, it's like, yeah, same thing. It's like the ones that are related to like what I'm used to, or like my field. It's like, obviously I'm gonna catch feelings, but I think I'm just, yeah, I'm very like, yeah, I think it's like, again, as I said, it's like that habitual thing of like just knowing, like when you wake up, go on your phone immediately. Like that's the first thing you do before you brush your teeth, right? Or you're going to the bathroom and then you're already like scrolling through it, right? But I think there's only a few. I think I'm also like cautious and like aware of the ones that like hit me the way it's supposed to hit me, like those that influence me. Like when I know it's like somebody's like authentic and true, and like I read it and I'm like, word, like I definitely is the ones that I'm like, word, I want to try that as well. The ones that I just see is like someone being a follow body, obviously I'm just gonna scroll after. Like I can't. Like,
you go follow bot. Give me an example of the follow body. Follow
like
body example.
remember how like I was explaining, like within the dance industry,
Right. Everyone's like
dances.
I went to the same class. Look at me.
Yeah, like it's like, okay, that's cool. Okay, what else do you have? Like, and then I saw like one of my friends, she posted a clip of her just dancing for 15 seconds. But the only thing, like, she wrote a caption where it's like, just dance because you want to dance. Don't dance because you need to do it like everybody else. And I was like, I started clapping. I was like, yep, that's what I want to hear. Like, I need that kind of like voice out there. Like, just do it because you love doing it, not because you see somebody else doing it, right? Like, so yeah, I guess it's like, yeah, I'm just like seeing all these posts that like make me want to cook or try something. Like I want to like now go on YouTube and watch Gordon Ramsay's like make 3 meals in 20 minutes. Like I want to try it one time. Like but like
try something different. Yeah, that's wicked.
But like just doing it because I want to do it, not because like I saw like, or like because everybody else is doing it. That's the thing. But
it's also good to know too.
Pardon me?
It's also good to know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like you need to eat to survive.
Yeah, everyone is a chef now, so we all come out here culinary artists.
Low key, for real.
I have one more a bit like questioning this topic, and then we can talk about other stuff, maybe a bit more lighter. Has the progression of others or yourself ever affected your relationships? So let's say, like, let's say.
Sorry, I thought that one.
I was like, ooh.
Triggered.
I was like, oh shoot.
It's a spicy one today. Has the progression of your progression or the progression of somebody else ever affected your relationships in positive or negative ways? Very personal. You don't have to answer if you don't want to, but go for it.
Ooh.
I can start. Yeah, 100%. Look, I feel like I've definitely had some very interesting conversations related to like an apparent progression in either my life or the life of somebody else, where typically the person or myself were just on a journey, and someone interpreted it as something else, or they were threatened by that and they decided to make a move or be offended or say a thing that sometimes I'm able to work through depending on like the relationship. So some relationships, it's a misunderstanding. You know, someone might feel, you think someone's feeling brand new, they think you're feeling brand new, and you just like talk it out and you like level it out. Maybe you are, maybe not, and that happens. Others don't work out and things just don't work out because of, stuff. So yes, 100%, that has happened to me. And it's been very interesting. I think that it's things that I reflect on quite a bit actually. And I think about how comparison can really like be a very corrosive part of our communities if we in both the way people look at others and the way people I think look at themselves. I think sometimes people will do things and then puff themselves up, be like, yo, I'm a top 10, yo, no one can talk to me.
I am dead.
I'm a top 5. Pull up. Shut up. No one can talk to me. No one can talk to me. You know what I mean? Some people can like
done.
move like that, and you're like,
Oh,
wow, like that's kind of wild. Like, I don't know why that's happening. So it's interesting. What are your thoughts, peoples?
I feel like okay. Hope I don't sound like an ass. For me personally, I view that as like okay, if someone because I've had family members or ex-friends say to me like, oh, you've changed, and I'm like, and I always for me I'm always like, thank you, because for me I'm like, I hope I have changed, not to say like I've changed to be like an ass or anything, like I don't ever want to be an ass or like be a jerk. I'm not going to be like mean or anything, but I feel like growth is necessary, and I if I've been friends with you since I was 17 and you've seen the transition and the growth, like the growth in me where I've changed and elevated, like I hope I've changed. Like I should not be the same person from 17 to 30. I'm a completely different person, and I might be in a completely different field where I'm doing maybe more things. I'm traveling, like, so I don't know. I think I don't know, my mindset on the whole like you change thing, I take it as a positive as long as like I know my morals and I'm still a positive person. But I more so I feel like people change how they treat you and act towards you. So like for example, like I went overseas for like a shoot or whatever.
Let's go.
And when I came, I can't change with you.
Come on. Come on.
I'm sorry.
So, and I sometimes regret posting certain things, but I posted like my flight and different things, whatever. I was having a moment. It was my first time. So good. So when I'm there, you get, I hate you so much. You get comments, but then when you get back, people are like, oh, so you think you're this now, or you so good. I'm like, so, whoa, what happened to you? So it's kind of like they can't handle your progression because you're almost in a sense passing them, but like you're not meaning to pass them. You're just like, you're at a different level, right? So if anything, you're like, catch up, and like, do you need help catching up? Like like I feel like when you're friends and you're like their family, you help each other, you build each other up. I did not mean for that to come out like that, but I mean like we're supposed to help each other and build each other up. So if one friend is a little bit ahead of you, then that friend that's ahead of you should help you, you know, as much as they can get you there as well, with obviously you putting in the work. But I hate the whole like competition thing and like the whole judgy thing of like, oh, you've changed. And most times it's the person telling you changed is the one that can't handle your change.
Facts. That's facts. Yeah. That's facts.
Yeah, I've definitely got the you've changed. I hate some people that you change like do you remember remember the Usher song you changed that song? What's that song again?
Is it Usher? Don't you?
Well, no, it wasn't you change. There's a change song. What's the Usher change song?
Music Soul Child? Don't change?
No, Usher has a song about change. That one I forgot. Maybe I don't know what it is. But yeah, you got hit with that. But I think because you grow up and you engage industries that maybe like have a different like professional language, and because of that, like, you know, people don't see you using like engaging in certain industries and might feel like weird about like, does that mean that you think you're better than me? I feel like in some ways, I think some friends, I want them to check me or to ask me if they feel weird, even if it's out of insecurity. I think it's important. I think there's some people that I care enough about that if you are feeling insecure about what you assume what's going on in my life, you should tell me so I can remind you that, yo, we're family. Like, it's not like that. Or I need to be like, oh, maybe I'm feeling myself too much. Let me chill out. You know what I mean? Because what's important is like relationships in the community, because your jobs could change. Your jobs in industries, that could change. We see right now in a moment. Like, we know this, right? And so what really matters is your communities and your family. So like, Jody Ann, you were speaking facts about like helping each other up as well, or helping each other, not even up, like into different spaces, because there's skills that I have that someone else might not have that I would help them in space, and they'll help me into another space, kind of thing. You know what I mean? But yeah, I know what you're saying. Sorry. So anyone else? I just really liked what you said, Jody. I didn't get on it. But anyone else have any comments on what we're talking about?
That is true. The ones that call you out are always the ones that are afraid of change. I think it's like, I don't know why some people cling on to the past so much when, you know, it's like we're all naturally going to be a different person from the day before, right? Like our skin cells, for example, like how many skin cells like leave our bodies every day, like after you take a shower and stuff, like they die off like that, right? So it's like,
word.
I'm like, so I'm technically and physically a different person from yesterday, but it's like, yeah, it's like it's good to have those friends that are like your foundation to hold you accountable for things that they could see. But the ones that have never been there for you, like during your time of growth and your time of success, and then they call you out and say that you've changed, I see that as like them being envious of you. It's like, yeah. But I guess it's like, you know who your friends are and who your friends aren't, right? It's like, but oh well.
Yeah.
That's a
Gotta
heavy
keep it
topic
moving.
though. Yeah, I still
gotta
keep
keep
it
it
moving.
moving.
100.
That's
It's like we're all on our own journeys, but it's like if you want, like, if people truly know you, if like your friends truly know you and they know that you're there to support, and like one eats, that means we all eat, then there shouldn't be that topic of like you change. It should be like, word, like how can like I join you at that level, or like how can I do it my own way and make myself like grow. But yeah,
That's true. And sometimes you forget to celebrate yourself when you're always
facts.
thinking about not making people think you changed. Like you don't get to enjoy those success moments. You're always like, okay, I gotta tone it down because people or my friends might think they keep pointing out that I changed. Especially if you don't have that conversation and like address it, you forget to celebrate yourself. So I think that's important too, to celebrate yourself.
Yeah, and sometimes you're just always in the process, right? And like everybody else see the product, but like if you're like constantly in that grind mode, or like you're just what's the next thing, like you never get to actually, as you said, appreciate it. Everybody else sees like your achievements, but for you it's like, okay, next thing, move on to the next. But